What's going on, guys? This is Razor13. Salutations to you all, and today we're going to be going through another Modern Warfare 3 thoughts and analysis video, and I'm going to be going over the assault rifles in game. Now, before we get started, I want to stress that I've seen other videos out there, people talking about Modern Warfare 3, and constantly I see comments about people saying, no one's played the game. We don't know how this stuff is going to, play out until we actually play the game. And guys, this don't please, I don't want to see this in the comments. Literally thousands of people have played this game, and I've seen tons and tons of footage of many of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about in this game. And there's going to be some speculation, yes, that will be fleshed out when we finally get to play the game. But I'd like to consider myself a pretty decent veteran of the Call of Duty franchise, and trust me when I say I know what I'm talking about. And another thing, when you take a look at the stats of these guns, be sure to take it with a huge grain of salt, because if you know anything about the stats in any Call of Duty game, the stats are always wrong 100% of the time. They don't mean a damn thing, so don't pay attention to them too much. At best, they'll give you a general idea of what to expect, but they're wrong, and we won't know until we can actually see the game code of what these actual weapons do in the game in actuality. So let's get it started off. The first assault rifle that you get in game is the M4A1 fully automatic all-purpose assault rifle. This is exactly the same gun that we all knew in Modern Warfare 2. That was also the first gun you unlocked. It looks and feels and plays exactly how it did in Modern Warfare 2. So if you were a fan of that gun, expect it to behave almost exactly the same as it did there. Fully automatic, all-purpose. It's your generic all-purpose weapon. So no surprises there. Next up, we have a staple for the Call of Duty franchise, the M16, and this is the A4 variant. Once again, it's going to be a 3-round burst for the, was this the third or fourth time? So M16, 3-round burst that we all know and are familiar with. 3-round bursts aren't necessarily the most popular weapons in Call of Duty because they're less straightforward and sometimes more difficult to use. But the M16, you should be expecting it to play more like it did in Modern Warfare 3 and less like it did in Black Ops, and that you'll have a more consistent one-shot kill because stopping power is included in every single one of the weapons in Modern Warfare 3, and so there'll be a higher base damage for absolutely all guns, so expect it to play out more like it did in Modern Warfare 2. 3 burst, very accurate, and yeah, pretty good gun all around. You can expect it to behave the same. So if you liked it before, you're going to like it again, and if you didn't, don't expect any surprises or changes. Next up, we have the Scar L. Now, we all know the Scar H from Modern Warfare 2, and the difference between the L and the H is that H stands for heavy and L stands for light. Battlefield fans would know this difference because they had that distinguished characteristic of the guns. So the Scar L is similar to the Scar H, and I think we can expect it to play in the same way. It does seem lighter. It's more of a stripped-down version, and so it might be more mobile. But expect it to play the same as the Scar H did. It is, after all, basically the same gun, and it's going to be a highly popular weapon. Low rate of fire, high damage. Magazine size is not very favorable to some people, but you can always throw extended mags on there. So fully automatic, you know what you're getting. Scar L. Fan before, you'll be a fan again. And next up, we have the first brand new weapon in the CM901. It's a fully automatic assault rifle. Looks very similar to the AM4 or like the AR-15. It's an American weapon based off of the M16 M4 body, which is quite obvious. And in case you're wondering, the CM stands for Colt Modular, and Colt is an American gun maker. So no word on how this gun is going to play, how different it's going to be. These stats are, mostly similar to the M4 in the accuracy and damage. The range is a little different, fire rate. So, it might be kind of like the Enfield was in Black Ops if you consider the FAMAS to be the M4. CM901 might be like the Enfield if you want to make that sort of juxtaposition. But haven't seen this gun used in game, but it's fully automatic. Iron sights look pretty decent on all the guns, so we'll see how that gun plays out. Next up, we have another new weapon. Is the Type 95. Now I say new because it hasn't been used in any other games, but if you take a look at it, looks extremely similar to the FAMAS, and it is a 3-round burst weapon, just like the FAMAS was in Modern Warfare 3. It has the bullpup action design. It's got that tactical rail, just like the FAMAS did in Modern Warfare 2 and even Black Ops. So it's a 3-round burst weapon. It's made from the same manufacturers as the FAMAS, so obviously the similarities are there aesthetically, and I would have you expect it to be just like the FAMAS, well, more like the FAMAS in Modern Warfare 2, and less like the M16. It's going to have a lower base damage than the M16, but it's kind of a higher fire rate, and it's going to be more accurate, so expect it to be very similar to the FAMAS that you knew from Modern Warfare 2, which was, very overpowered. But it was overpowered in Black Ops 2. That was the fully automatic version. So Type 95 looks like it's going to be a great gun. Very similar to the 3-round burst FAMAS that we knew from Modern Warfare 2. So next up, we have the G36 making its return. Hasn't been seen since Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Unlocked level 42. And the C stands for compact. In case you're wondering, it seems like a hybrid between an SMG and an assault rifle. If you take a look at it, it is assault rifle. It has a high base damage, similar to the AK-47 when it comes between the accuracy, range, and fire rate. Very comparable. It was a good gun in COD 4. I didn't get to use it all that often, but it had great iron sights. Recoil was manageable. And so I'm glad to see this gun back. It adds a nice little variety. It's got a nice little short barrel there for greater mobility. But as you can see, the mobility in game is not very good. So, but we'll see how that is in every Call of Duty so far. All the assault rifles have had the same mobility, and for the first time, Modern Warfare 3, at least as it's showed by the stats, that assault rifles have different mobilities. But we'll see if this is true or not. This is the first time that it showed up on the stats as different when it comes to mobility, so we might have to expect a different mobility between weapons in the same category. So no word on how that's going to work, but G36C, glad to see it again. So let's move on to the ACR 6.8. Now, we all knew the ACR from Modern Warfare 2. It was low damage, but had absolutely zero recoil, fantastic iron sights, and it was just a laser across map. You can take out anyone. Now, the reason that they put in the 6.8 is because that is the caliber that this ACR fires. It is a higher caliber than the ACR from Modern Warfare 2 fired, so expect it to have more recoil than it did in Modern Warfare 2. Of course, Rob Bowling has said that there's going to be more recoil for all the assault rifles, but expect the ACR to have one of the lesser recoils out of all the assault rifles, but don't expect the laser destroyer that it was in Modern Warfare 2, because it's firing the 6.8 round. Very accurate, low base damage, pretty good firing rate, and very good range. So if you're a fan of the ACR in Modern Warfare 2, it's going to be a favorite once again. So we'll move on to the MK14. This is the only semi-automatic assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3. MK developed by Heckler and Koch. Good accuracy, high damage, good range, low fire rate. Exactly what you would expect from a semi-automatic in Call of Duty. The semi-auto in Call of Duty 4 was not very good because you couldn't fire it that fast. FAL in Modern Warfare 2 wasn't that great, even with the holographic extra base glitch that it had. Still wasn't that great unless you had a modded controller. The semi-autos in Black Ops was much better. At least it was for the FAL. That was one of the better guns in Black Ops, at least to people like me who like using semi-automatic weapons. And there is only one semi-automatic weapon in Modern Warfare 3, and I'm alright with that as long as it's a good gun. It's great to have variety when it comes to all the weapons, so I'm hoping the MK14 is a good gun developed by the same people that made the M21 EBR that you might know from Modern Warfare 2, which was a sniper rifle, and the sound that they use in-game, at least based off of the multiplayer trailers that Infinity Ward has revealed, the sound is exactly the same, so it's a pretty cool looking sounding sound. And unlock at level 60, unfortunately, but only semi-auto. Hopefully it's a really good gun, and it's very very good competition for all the fully autos. And next we have the AK-47, the standard assault rifle that you've seen in absolutely every single Call of Duty outside of World at War, I believe. Unlocked at level 68. Expect the AK to be what the AK has always been. It really hasn't deviated that much between games, so if you like the AK, which many people did, AK-47 will always have a large fan base like it does in real life. I mean, Kalashnikov developed this thing in 47, and it's still very widely used today, 74 years later. But it's going to be a good gun. I'm sad to see it as of such a late unlock, but that's okay, especially with the ability to keep it after prestiging by using the equipment thing that you can get in the prestige shop. So if you really like this gun, you can keep it if you use that on the prestige token in the shop when you're prestiging. So AK-47, glad to see it back. It's got a nice little black finish to it, so looks pretty badass. And lastly, we have the FAD, or the FAD, I guess, as you can hear, I'm sure many people call. Unlocked at level 78. This is a funky looking thing. It's a bullpup action design. It was made in Peru. Haven't seen it in any other Call of Duty so far, and no footage from it yet because anyone in COD XP was level capped, and so they couldn't unlock these later guns like the MK14, AK-47, or the FAD. So we have no idea how this gun is going to work out. There's no guns similar to it in any previous Call of Duty incantations. So it might be the F2000 2.0, the last unlocked assault rifle that looks kind of funky and is, extremely terrible. Or heck, it could be a really good gun. It could be like the AUG H-bar. But who knows? We have no idea how this gun's going to handle. Hopefully it's pretty good. Hopefully it brings some variety to the assault rifles, and that'll be really good. So real great showing here in the assault rifle category. Glad to see the M4, M16, SCAR, ACR, AK-47 all coming back. Glad to see a semi-auto weapon, and it's good to see two different 3-burst weapons, and so we'll see which one of those is better. Everyone's going to have their own favorite, and it's going to be real awesome seeing how these guns work. So stay tuned when I go over the submachine guns in Modern Warfare 2. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave your comments below and your thoughts of the assault rifles in Modern Warfare 3. Tell me which one you're looking forward to, speculations, and I'll see you guys later.